Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the next installment in our Eugene Ormandy Retrospective. These are recordings from the Japanese RCA edition. In other words, the post-Columbia stuff that hasn't been boxed up yet and has no sign of getting boxed up. So I wanted to go through it and tell you what's there and what we can expect. There are some things that he did before and some things that he didn't. And we begin with Sibelius, a composer that was always near and dear to Ormandy's heart. Symphony number 5, on Saga and Tapiola. Now, I will say it many times in the course of these talks. All of these recordings, or mostly all of them, need a really good remastering. I mean, they really do. This Fifth Symphony is a very good performance. Actually, everything here is very good. On the slow side, a little bit measured, and very, what's the word? Oh, I don't know. Coherent. The First Symphony of the Fifth, for example, doesn't have a huge range of tempo. Everything relates to everything else. It's very, very nicely done. And I find it persuasive, although I prefer somebody who really stretches the boundaries of fast and slow a little more than Ormandy's willing to do. The rest of it is just splendid, absolutely splendid. The Onsaga is a powerful performance, and what I like about it is that Ormandy gives it a certain edge, that sort of primal gnarliness that the music needs to have. That's here. I mean, he recorded this, of course, for Columbia also. And that one was very good and even a little bit more polished than this. They're different. They're quite different. And then Tapiola. This is a very slow performance, almost 20 minutes. One of the slowest of slow. Carillon slow. And, of course, fantastically played by the strings. But like I said, it could use a remastering. Speaking of using a remastering, here is Ormandy's Stereo Mahler 2. Now, this Ormandy, as you may know, did one of the first ever Mahler 2s. I mean, complete Mahler 2s in Minneapolis. So that was obviously sonically very limited. It's a good performance. It really is. Problem is, the sound is a catastrophe, an absolute calamity. It is the most distorted, congested. I mean, there are moments where all you hear is static. Seriously. You can't believe a major label actually released such a thing. I'm not sure it's fixable. There must be something terribly, terribly wrong with the master tape. But I could be wrong. I don't know what people can do these days. This is just horrendous and embarrassing and depressing, frankly. You also get, let's see, the Alto Rhapsody with Shirley Verrett. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. And Wagner, Parsifal Prelude and Good Friday Spell. Well, all of that is just fine. So what went wrong with this Mahler 2? I can't even begin to describe. It's just abysmal. Awful. Let's see, what else have we got here? Tchaikovsky, the Nutcracker. Well, you don't get all of it. You get a good bit of it. Let's put it this way. It's an extended suite, all containing music that Ormandy plays fabulously. You get the overture, the march, the winter scene, and the waltz of the snowflakes. Then you get the whole Act 2 divertissement, and then the final pas de deux, along with the final waltz and apotheosis and all that stuff. So you get a good chunk of it. I mean, I'd like to hear them do the battle and the giant Christmas tree and whatnot and all that stuff, but oh well, that's the way it goes. Nobody needs another Nutcracker. Who are we kidding? I just have to say it's there. And they play it beautifully, but it's like, well. Then what have we got here? Oh, a bunch of weird little things. Well, they're not weird. They're just collected somewhat randomly. The Brahms Tragic Overture. I mean, Ormandy was always a wonderful Brahms conductor. It's beautiful. Schubert's Unfinished, which is also lovely. Surprisingly lovely, with a surprisingly zippy second movement. They balance out very well. And Mozart's Jupiter Symphony. Well, you know, I mean, it's big band Mozart, right? Without like exposition repeats and things like that. And I enjoy big band Mozart. I mean, the music is so sensual and lovely in these performances. I mean, you know, and they make such a nice contrast to today's aesthetic, which is always, you know, it's like, it's the castor oil approach. It's good for you because it's right, not because it's expressively meaningful. So it's okay. I mean, I give him a rest for that one. Oh, more Sibelius. Symphony number 2, a lovely performance of the Second Symphony. Ormandy always knew how to get through this symphony successfully and without treating the finale like just an endless slog that goes on forever. It's really quite nice. Along with the Valse Triste, the Swan of Tuonela, and of course, Finlandia. Yes, we get Finlandia on Great Lone Hills. We get it with a chorus. Yes, on Great Lone Hills. I mean, they have to do something to be different. That was true then. It's true now. And that's just how it happens. So there you have it, my friends. 5, interesting recordings by Ormandy of varying degrees of quality, particularly as regards the engineering. I desperately hope that at some point Columbia will go through all this stuff and fix everything that could be fixed. But until then, I mean, this is what exists, and it's good to know. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.